Hey guys, and I can see things are already broken on my screen. I'm looking up there, and it's like, oh, it's broken. I gotta get something fixed. Hang on a second. Overstream, uh, refresh. There we are. Never fails. This is what happens when you tinker with stuff all the time and you end up breaking things. And it's like, yeah, I broke it again. What can I say? Tonight I'm farting around with a different chat. So I'm trying to see if the chat that I had worked on last week works any better tonight. I found that there were messages that were not coming through. And so I'm looking at the chat and I closed out my stream last time. This is on Sunday night, and found out that there were people chatting and I didn't even know it. So it's like, oh, okay, well, that's unfortunate. Anyway, hi. It's been one of those days, but it's always one of those days. In fact, today is National Alfred Hitchcock Day. Bet you didn't know that. And I know it's for the birds. What can I say? So, I'm not going to tell you what that's about because Alfred Hitchcock is hella old and dead, as a matter of fact. But he was a director that did a whole lot of horror movies and stuff back in the day. And I absolutely love the guy. And he had a special hour on network TV that he used to have. And it was like, kind of like... oh, I can't remember some of the other shows that were on, but it was like a Dark Shadows, and there was always like a weird story, and truth is weirder than fiction kind of stuff, and it was like, yeah, it was cool. I really liked it, and the movies that he did, like The Birds, for example, was very iconic. So if you ever get a chance to see any Alfred Hitchcock stuff, it's going to be black and white. Sorry, but it's definitely worth it. I am in Eorzea tonight, and I am streaming with my monk, Chad Fist. And Chad is level 47, and he's booking along towards finishing the main storyline for A Realm Reborn. And then I've got to figure out what the hell am I going to do then. Let's get Chad on his journey tonight, and he's got to talk to Menphelia. And Menphelia is greatly concerned by recent developments concerning the Council of the Alliance Leaders. Grim tidings, Chad. It seems the word of the Ultima weapon's existence has already reached the Alliance leaders in the form of an ultimatum. They have gathered in the fragrant chamber and are deliberating their answer even as we speak. Oh, is she going to send me over there now, I gather? Beleaguered as they are, I fear they may well elect to lay down their arms in the belief that Sunderer will spare their people untold suffering, yet nothing could be further from the truth. That which the Black Wolf offers will doom Eorzea, not deliver it, and the leaders must be made aware of this. Let us hurry to them, Chad, and ensure that they do not act in ignorance of the consequences. Okay. So speak with Bartholomew on the Royal Promenade. Where's the Royal Promenade? I don't know where it is. So I'll tell you, I just got a chat notification saying that I'm now streaming live, but I also see, Mill, you have a note on my stream up there, and but it's not showing on my chat. So that's just weird as hell. But yeah, that's kind of the funky stuff I'm noticing here. All right, let's see. Where is... Okay, now I see it. I see it in my chat. It says, "Hi, Dag, how goes it tonight?" on my chat, but on the screen I see it shows lol. So I'm catching up. I'm doing okay tonight, actually. I've been working on taxes, man. And so my brain is ready for definitely a change here. Where am I supposed to go? I gotta go the other way? Am I going that way? It's not gonna let me leave. Sorry, you cannot leave. Okay, it shows there. But how do I get out of here? Do I have to buy a flight? Yes, I wish to leave the landing area. Let me the hell out of here. Thank you. Okay, now are they going to let me go where I need to go? Good question. Yeah, there's definitely a delay in chat settings because I get a little beep in my ear telling me that there's an incoming, and I look up and I see that there's something on the screen, but it's not showing up in my chat down below. Alright, this is infuriating already. I gotta go out. I gotta go out. So I guess I go down and around. Okay, we'll do that. Let him out! Yeah, really. I don't want to examine. I don't want to... I just want out of here. Lift. Thank you. Am I going to get lost in here? Probably. Because I'm... This is where I regularly get lost. What can I say? Like I said, it wouldn't be a stream, one of my streams, without getting lost. There's Bartholomew. Weird? Yeah. The Council of the Alliance Leaders is presently in progress in the Fragrant Chamber. I must ask that you step away from the door, sir. I'm sorry, you're here on behalf of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? Hey, that's my passport. 1,000 pardons, my lord. Of course you may enter. Yeah, okay. Cutscene.
We keep treading the same ground.
Van Belsar's demand.
Alas, our minds are not.
I know my mind's
I've never
not.
been one to shy from a fight, but if this weapon of theirs can do all they claim...
It has been 5 years since the calamity, and our people have scarce begun to rebuild their lives. Can we now, in good conscience, call upon them to risk what little they have left? I would spare them the pain of further conflict. Conflict, I say, though that would imply forces set in opposition. If the combined might of 3 primals could not stay Garlemald's new terror, what meaningful resistance can we offer? We who struggle to quell the foes who rise up within our own borders.
Long have we fought the primals, but to what end? We strike them down at no small cost, only for them to rise again and again.
I don't know, maybe I should, like, raise her...
Are we to play this profitless game for the rest of days? I, for one, grow tired of it.
I feel like I should raise the little bubble there, cover up her chest. What do you
Mistake me
think?
not.
It's like, damn.
I do not propose to trade one tyranny for another.
I'm looking at the bubble, honest.
I love liberty. But conciliation need not mean oppression.
By the 12, though neither of you cried surrender, Your every word betokened it. Not that I deny there is truth in what you say, nor can I rightly claim that Ul'dah is ready to fight. Refugees flood our gates, and beastmen swarm our land, while the great and the good do nothing. My flames I put on a grand show at the Remembrance Service, made all manner of lofty promises. I've made good on not a bloody one.
So I see your last message, Mill. You said, so what am I playing? I am playing a monk. And monks in Final Fantasy start out as what they call pugilists. And so he learns to box. And for the first, I think, 20 levels, he's a pugilist. And then he gets talked into a religious order, has some kind of summoning, and he ends up becoming a monk. And all it is most of the, well, all of the classes or jobs in Final Fantasy have 2 levels at least. So you start out as one thing, train as that, kind of get your feet on the ground, and then you do a series of quests that lead you into doing the second tier job. And so this one's a pugilist. Yeah, I was thinking maybe I should move the bubble, but when you're in the storyline, in the thing here, bubble doesn't disappear, I guess.
Do not blame yourself, Raubahn. You said only that which the people needed to hear. All present have done the same.
I'm trying to see if I can move it, but I can't. I can't censor her.
Our citizens had become lost to hope. If our words serve to kindle it in them anew, better we speak than remain silent. Our enemy condemns us for failing our people. Yet what does he care for their well-being? While we labored to rebuild their lives, the Black Wolf built instruments of murder with which to end them.
Good point, lady.
Her Majesty speaks true. For all our failings, the people's well-being has ever been our foremost priority. While none among us ever doubted that the Empire would one day resume its war, we scarcely had means enough to solve the problems of the present.
Aye, which is why we look to others to safeguard our future. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn, alas, they are gone, and the Black Wolf is at our door.
Nah, they're not all gone.
Admiral! I fear you are mistaken.
Ah, Alphanod. Of course. Here comes the brat.
Alphinord? Minfilia? And 7 hells! Master Garland?
Oh, you know what? I changed it. It didn't take? I'll have to check that. Thanks for letting me know, Mill. Before someone comes on and tells me I screwed up.
And you, dear friend.
By Ralga, you're alive. All of you.
As we approached, I would swear I heard talk of surrender, but I know that cannot be. It is not the Eorzean way.
Okay, let me take a quick break here, and I'm going to go and pull up. Let's see, what am I doing? I need to pull up pull up a browser, of course. Let me see what my stream manager says real quick. Oh, crap. Okay. Well, oh, I see what it is. Stream Elements is saying that. Okay, let me fix it on Stream Elements. Using too many things. All D things. Okay, that's fine. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Huh. Well, Stream Element says that, and my what does my chat say? Well, my chat didn't update. Okay, let me fix that real quick. All right, now I fixed it.
Hear me, my friends. Accepting the Garlean's offer to vanquish the Primals would be folly.
No, see, the bubble's right in the right place for her.
Folly, I say. For might is not the answer to the primal threat. Indeed, the more the Empire exerts its strength, the worse matters will become. Primals enter this world when mortals call upon them, and mortals are wont to appeal to a higher power when they are desperate. Nothing is more certain to breed desperation in the beast tribes than the Garlean's proposed solution.
The true answer lies in a lasting peace. But the Garleans only know war and conquest. Should Eorzea fall into their hands, there will be such suffering as none can imagine.
We are not blind to the many challenges that each of your nations face. Yet you must not give in.
Aye. Remember 5 years ago when you wagered all for the sake of the realm? Remember what you fought for, what you were willing to die for. Let the memories rekindle the fire in your heart, for Eorzea has need of it again.
Come what may, we Scions will never give up the fight. And so I bid you stand with us, and together we shall safeguard the future of the realm.
A great man once said that a shrewd merchant grasps not for the quick profit, but invests in the future. Wise words, eh, Rauban?
Sid,
Your words stir and shame me in equal measure. How could I contemplate surrender? I know full well that all we have, we owe to the sacrifices of those who went before us. Yet the seeming hopelessness of our plight robbed me of my insight. We Gridanians have no love for war, yet we have still less for those who would threaten our homeland. Ever have we fought to protect those things we hold dear, and
She'll never change something. Yeah, I cut her off.
Gridania will go to war. We will fight the Empire for the sake of the realm and all who abide here.
So saith the Republic. Oh, different game, sorry. Okay, she's happy. They're all happy.
At long last, I hear words worthy of a founder of the Alliance. Raubon, are we to be outdone?
I lost one homeland. The thought of losing another had blunted my resolve. But no man knows better than I that if you want aught, you'd best be ready to die for it. With great danger comes the chance for great glory and great profit. We Uldans who have turned sand into gold know this well. How many times have we fallen into the pit of despair, only to have you pluck us out? I've fair lost count.
Reckless, the lot of you, like bloody pirates. Well, I won't waste my breath trying to talk you round. On account of being a pirate myself. And the pirate who shrinks from a challenge is no pirate at all. Those who would pick a quarrel with us must choose. Back down or go down with all hands. Let the Garleans come. The united strength of Limsa Lominsa will be waiting for them.
Story and political speeches.
If our realm is to be free of this pall of darkness, let it be by our own hands.
For Eorzea!
I think those were the letters of
We must
resignation.
needs consider how the weapon may be brought to bear against us.
The Maelstrom will secure strategic points along the coastline.
In the meantime, the flames will deploy at...
Be at ease, my friends. You have banished our doubts. Pray leave the military matters to us, and retire to the waking sands. We will send word anon.
In other words, go home, we'll call you. Alright, so now I go to the Waking Sands. And let's see, teleport. Now I gotta remember which place is the horizon. Oh, wait a second. I've got something in my bag. Yeah, there we go. Vesper Bay. Use. That takes me directly there. I keep forgetting. It's like, oh look, Hearthstone. Otherwise, I would have been through that, down the gate. It's like a 3-4 minute haul if I'd gone the other route. Because there's no flight path here. Why they didn't do that, I haven't the foggiest. Okay, let's see. I gotta make sure that my guy is wearing what he should be wearing. No. Yeah, he's not wearing everything. There we go. And he has to get rid of that hat. There. Now he's wearing his real gear. Hi, I'd like you to, like, prepare? And the gang's all here. We're missing the tallest guy. He's not here. That's interesting.
I cannot well express my relief to think that the Alliance came so close to surrender.
But the fire in their hearts has been.
Yeah, sorry.
This warmth inside. Did you feel it too, Grandfather?
Who? I don't know, Alphanod.
I would know something. Was that your power at work earlier?
Nothing of the sort. The leaders of Eorzea had lost their way. I merely helped them to find it again. Oh, hello. Yes, our party returned just a moment ago. How close are you?
That close.
It's all right, Sid.
We must needs plan our next move. Pray continue liaising with your respective nations. Sid, would you be our man in Ul'dah?
I'll be whatever and wherever you need me to be.
There you go, Sid.
We haven't a moment to waste.
Definitely
All
affable.
right, let's do this.
Thancred's fate weighs heavy on my mind. I cannot bear to think of him in thrall to an Ascian. Mayhap you know this already, but the Ascians are immortal beings without physical form. Since time immemorial, they have fanned the flames of chaos from the shadows. That they might work unseen, the Ascians entrap and possess mortal men by means of malign artifacts known as crystals of darkness. One such crystal may yet be the key to saving Thancred.
This is a crystal of darkness.
A mere replica, created using data obtained from anomalous crystals found across Eorzea.
It comes to us courtesy of the students of Baldessian, our distant allies. Even for an Archon, Thancred's talents are exceptional. We all had complete confidence in him. It was for this reason that none among us foresaw the danger in sending him to investigate the Ascians alone.
Thancred had been striving to fill the void left by Louisoix. Yet, it was plain that he was overtaxing himself.
Yeah, he would volunteer for everything and work till he was dizzy.
And the toll taken by his exertions made him vulnerable to Ascian influence.
The crystal that binds Thancred must be somewhere on his person. If we could but destroy it, his Ascian possessor would be compelled to relinquish control over him. You have proven the stoutest of allies, standing with us through thick and thin. Yet the most perilous struggle is still to come. For the sake of the realm and Thancred, I ask that you lend us your strength once more.
Okay.
Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. As I am sure you are aware, the realm was saved from certain doom 5 years ago by heroes known as the Warriors of Light. What you may not be aware of is that your many feats in service to the Scions have prompted folk to make certain comparisons. I must confess, you do remind me of them. Yet remember this, however glorious the past, it is the hero's lot to be judged on the deeds of the present. A new darkness threatens the realm, and the people cry out for a savior. I believe that you are he. a warrior of light, here in the present, guided by the crystal's will. Come, my friends, let us fight to safeguard the future of our beloved Eorzea.
I like the way they nod. And I got more Vesper Bay tickets, so those are like the Hearthstones that take you directly here. So got a ton of them. All right, and see this? It's red. That means it's locked, and I can't take the next quest. So, and that's the operation. And you have to be level 49. Okay. So that means I've got to go figure out what to do between. I've got level and a half to go before I can pick up that quest. So now comes the fun part. So now I can go and like pick up all kinds of weird quests. So this is where like the dailies and stuff like that come in. So here's an example. Aline, talk to me. There is an impish conspiratorial look about Aline. In her injury, if her injuries allowed, she would sidle? Okay. Heard we're in the same trade. You're in better shape than me, though. A mishap at the Wanderer's Palace nearly did me in, but boy, was it worth it. Oh, is this a PvP thing? The calamity drained near half the water from Bronze Lake, and there it was, the ancient temple of Ashan. Why it's called a palace, then, beats me. I just went in looking for the treasure, me and my feller. It was like a dream. That's what it was like. The water hadn't done a thing. There were gold-framed mirrors bright on the moon. We gazed upon ourselves, draped in chain of pearls, dancing on the floor of marble and malachite. Like a king and queen, me and my feller. Me and my feller. A daring-do adventurer like yourself wouldn't say no to a chance like that now, would you? Tell you what, go down to the docks west of Camp Bronze Lake and talk to Abazi Charazi. Used to be a boon companion of mine. He'll ferry you to the palace. Yeah, I have no idea what that is. I might end up regretting taking that, we'll see. But, gotta get... Let's see. Nedrick of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn has some useful information he wishes to share. Okay, go ahead. Hail there, adventurer. I'm Nedrick Ironheart, an explorer by trade and a scion by allegiance. And you, my friend, look to me, an adventurer in need of a challenge. I happen to know just the place that will offer it to you. Tucked away in the corner of eastern Thanalan lies Halatali, and it is there that you will find all the excitement you crave. The place boasts a storied history. It was built some 100 years past as a training ground for gladiators. Oh, the PvP. The calamity laid ruin to it, though, as it did to most things. Now, Halatali is a shadow of its former self. In the dark of that shadow lurk wild beasts, both bloodthirsty and beyond count. For one such as yourself, I dare say there is no place finer than Halatali to test your skill and refine your technique. Indeed, I've taken the liberty of passing your name along to the Flames, who oversee the place. Should you visit, speak with one Fafa Johnny near the entryway. Let's see, what else do you have? Braving new depths. Nedrick has a tantalizing bit of information to share with you. Okay. Hail, adventurer, you wear the expression of one who seeks new battlegrounds to hone your burgeoning skills. Do not ask how Nedrick knows, he simply knows. Now, tell me, are you perchance familiar with the sunken temple of Karn? I will not hold it against you if you are not. The ruins only surfaced when the calamity split the ground asunder after all. Any road is a popular destination these days for adventurers looking for a new frontier to explore. If you're keen to join them, why not make the journey to southern Thanalan and visit the temple for yourself? What with the many dangers that lurk within, the immortal flames are keeping close watch over the place. But if Lalafell by the name of Bibimu should be able to offer you passage. All right, one more? Let's try one more. See, I'm not sure what these all are. We'll find out. Nedrick knows of a place where a skilled adventurer might hone his skills. Again, I can't take 2 steps around this place without hearing Chad this or Chad that. Chad Fist. It's as if you're some kind of goddamn hero. But I jest. Even I can see that you're just itching to find a new battleground to hone your skills. Fortunately, I know just a place. Aurum Vale. Head southwest through the central highlands of Corythus, and seek out a man named Williamus and tell them that Nedrick sent you. Alright, so I've got 3 different places to go, and I need to find out how to get there. Alright, so tell me about this first one, going for gold. According to Nedrick, an area known as the Aurum Vale might hold a suitable challenge for an adventure of your accomplishments. The Vale may be found in the southeasterly reaches of the central highlands of Corythus. Travel there and seek out a man by the name of Williamus. Okay. Going for gold, but do I have, like... So this is Camp okay, so Camp Dragon Head. Alright, so I go to Camp Dragon Head and go from there. Alright, teleport, Camp Dragon Head. Do I have it? Yes. And away we go. Alright. Back out in the winter area. I keep forgetting to train to get my chocobo as a fighting companion. That's your mount in this particular case can be a companion of yours, which is kind of cool. I just never have set mine up to do that. Ah, mud puppies. No wolves. Alright, there we are. Hail adventurer, wait, do not tell me. Nedrick sent you. Yes, of course. Tell me this, adventurer. Do you know how the Aurum Vale earned its most enticing name? Well, allow me to enlighten you. The cave is rich with sulfur and mithril ore, which, through reactions with the groundwater, combine to exude golden-hued fumes. A beautiful sight, that is, until you realize the damned death clouds are burning your chest from within. If you still wish to take your life in your hands, I'll not be the one that stops you, but do not try to get killed. I've dragged enough corpses out of the Vale to last me a lifetime. Oh, that must mean I'm going to be, like, dying horribly. Alright, bonuses. The ring is a -7. Coral, well, just give me the gold. Thanks. Aurum Vale now accessible. Duty Finder has been updated with the regular duty. Okay, I'm going to do my duty. Let's go do a duty. It's a daily roulette. Duty Finder allows you to challenge dungeons and other duties with a party of other players. You may access it via duty in the main menu or by choosing an appropriate option. Alright, I guess. I have no idea how this works. Okay, we shall see. When using the duty roulette, you are assigned a random duty from among those you have unlocked. In return for leaving your destination in the hands of fate, you will receive an enhanced reward. Well, I don't have a bunch unlocked. Furthermore, should you happen to be an adventurer in need, that is to say, your role is in short supply, you will receive additional bonus. Okay. So, in the duty, where's my duty? The duty. Do your duty, Duty Finder. And duty roulette. Is that the one I'm doing? Well, either that or I've got, let's see, the Aurum Vale. Is this the Aurum Vale? I don't know. Where am I? Oh, he left. Nope, I didn't want him either. It is the Aurum Vale. Okay, we'll do the Aurum Vale. Join. I have... Well, I'm going to have to sit around and wait. Okay. We'll see if anyone, like, jumps on this or not. So far, no. Average wait time is 6 minutes. Okay. So we'll kick back and relax for 6 minutes. So one of the things that I have found in... I am ready. Commence. There we go. I don't have 6 minutes. That's probably better anyway. Bunch of gold guck. Now, I've never been in here, so this ought to be interesting. Joining a party. Yes. Oh, we got a black mage in here. That's cool. Ah! Well, that didn't go well. these guys stop for a second, then I might be able to rejoin them. Where is his focus? Supposed to go after the big guy or the little ones? Wow, okay. Oh, you're kidding. Wow. I thought he was going to clear the stuff in the middle. Guess not. Well... If I were tanking and not knowing what I was doing, I would probably go around and clear all of the mobs around first and pull them. Pull them back to the rest of the party. Okay. He doesn't want to pull. Or he doesn't know how. Dude. What are you doing? only that, I'm on the wrong side of everything. All good, we try again. Sure. He pulled the guy again. Dude. Alright. Keep working on the big guy. Old stuff. Stacks of water. He's gonna die. which is cool. I'm not going to get any heals from the hero. Just trying to keep the... oh, there we go. Thank you. Oh. I don't think I can get in now. The room's going to be closed. There's only one person left. Yeah, they all died. Yay. Woot. And now I die. Ha! No. Okay, that was interesting. Whenever you open a treasure coffer, the loot list will appear. If someone in the party opens a coffer, you will first receive a notice in the bottom right corner of the screen. Yep, they started their thing, so... Well, I guess I got whatever. They're on to bigger and better things, so I better get over here. Bad breath. Where'd they go? Oh, they're on the other side. Okay. Leave the healer alone. Oh, that was interesting. Shortcut. Good. I don't know where they went, but we'll have to catch up. Getting our groove on here. Interesting. Oh, a big ugly. Makes you want to be a vegetarian. Get fruit, okay. Thank you. Yay, got the levels 48. Well, that's cool. Better than half a bar leveling. Left. Okay. I guess I got whatever I got. Exit. Stage left. And none of them answered my question. All right. Well, that's interesting. So now I know how to do that. And I got to level... Well, I did more than I... Let's see if there's anything there that actually is useful. Did I get any additional gear? Yeah. I got pants and I got guards. Cool. Ooh. Yeah, that definitely helps. Nice. I should have done this earlier. Well, no. All right, so I guess a good question would be, why haven't I run this kind of stuff before? And speak with, let's see, hello, Halatali, rating new depths. Where am I going? Let me figure out where I'm going first here. Fenelon. And that is Little Alamigo. Okay. So let me go to Little Alamigo. And Little Alamigo. So I've got half a level more before I can do the bottom half of my stuff. Let's see if I can get my chocobo set up. Okay, I already did that, so that's not what I need. Okay, I'm not going to go in, I need to go out. These guys shouldn't bother me now. They were a real pain in the butt before. Bibimoo. Hello, Bibimoo. All right, so before I jump in and do any more, I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be right back. Hang in there, folks. All right, so that was an interesting session for me for a couple of different reasons. The only time that I've run any dungeons or whatever they want to call them, I forget, I need to look at the thing to see what they call them here. Duties. Do your duty. The only time I've done that has been with people that I already know. And we're already on Discord chatting. And so a lot of the communication stuff is much easier. I don't know how to chat with people in stream. So that's kind of a thing. Oh, this person's obviously having issues. Anyway. Found me here testing chat. Okay. Oh, on YouTube. Thank you. Yes, I see it. It's working. Yeah. Let's see. Welcome to the sunken temple of Karn and what remains of it, at least, used by ancient Baladians as a place to worship the sun goddess. Azema, much about the temple's history remains shrouded in mystery. Before I jump in on this, one of the things I was going to say is that I don't know what is going on with regards to where to look on my screen for stacks of things. So like the healer kept telling me, go and grab some of the monk fruit or whatever it was that was on the ground. And I'm like, okay, but I couldn't see on my screen where it was I should be looking in order to figure that out is on my own. So I'm glad that the healer was kind enough to like say, go over there. And it was cooler that the paladin gave me kudos afterwards. That was nice. And I have run some instances with other people before my group, before the Pixel Erasure team started playing Final Fantasy. And so that was something I have to get back used to, giving kudos to other people, especially the healer, because their job is miserable, especially when you've got a sprout like myself out here. So I've got a couple of things I need to look at. The other thing is, like, I don't know how to use chat. I mean, and I'm talking about the chat in the game. Right now, I don't know whether I'm talking to a party or, commands unavailable at this time. Okay. Chat log settings, unavailable. General. So I'm in general right now. Battle would be, I'm not in a battle. Event. Nope. That's not it either. Okay. So, yeah, I got to figure that out. While we have sent a team into the depths, I regret to say that the investigation proceeds at a snail's pace. That is, when it proceeds at all. It would seem that the Baldurians have rigged the temple with, it takes time, you got it with chat? Yeah, I guess. I don't know whether it did or not. I mean, I just started talking, but it, like, the chat was showing blue on my screen, but it didn't show my response to them in blue. So I don't know whether it actually went into their chat, whether they saw what I was saying or not. So I need to figure that out too. I might have just been talking to the universe and they happened to see my bubble up above my head or something, so oh yeah. It would seem that the Baldians have rigged the temple with all manner of devious traps and snares to deter temple robbers, no doubt. We have recruited adventurers to assist in disarming the traps, but be forewarned, many who have entered have yet to return. Should you wish to brave the depths, we would welcome your aid. Okay. Sunken Temple is now available. And yeah, Sunken Temple? Did I say that? No, I guess I did. So I could go and do another duty. Let's see, what time are we looking at here? It is, I have 15 minutes, so I probably shouldn't do this right now. Why don't I travel and grab these other duties? Because once I do that, then they'll show up in my duty finder for dungeon duties. So right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got all these, and this is the Sunken Temple is the one I just grabbed here. So any of these I could actually run. This one's a much lower level. The Aurum Vale, which I just ran with that group before, I'm at level for that. I was at level for that particular dungeon. So that's good. I did okay. Cool. Yeah, I don't think I want to. Actually, I could go. Well, no. See, as a duty, if I go in trials, that's different. Howling Eye, yeah. Yeah, I guess I think any of these I could probably go in with a NPCs, but I think it's actually more fun to go in with live bodies. I'm not going to join the group, but I am going to go find where these other two places are and get them on my setup. Oh, I already have them. Or do I? Level 20? I don't know. Nedrick told me you're training ground in eastern Thanalan known as Halatali. Find its entrance and there speak to the Flame Private Favajani. And that is Camp Drybone. Okay, so I'm going to transport to Camp Drybone. I probably could have ridden, but... And go out this way. Oh, can't go out that way. Gotta go out this way. That's in, not out. There we go, my fat chocobo. Yeah, so it's like light points in World of Warcraft, but like the different cities have the stones. So if you see like these stones here, those are the Aetheryte. And if you touch those, then you become attuned to them, and that's how you grab like the flight points. And so you can bounce around all over the place, and that's how you move around and instantaneously, I might add, instead of having to fly everywhere. But they still make you like run forever to get to places sometimes, so it is what it is. Let's see. This one's just over here, I think. This is a pretty low level. Here we go. So this person here is Asumi Hotoru, is someone who is supposedly a guide. That's what the little tag is for. And so I could ask that person a question and they're supposed to be able to provide me with information. So, yeah. If it is the halls of Halatali you seek, you need seek no further. Yes, I know. Permit me to tell you something of this place. The name comes from an ancient tongue, Halatali, meaning the land of many shadows. It was here that our distant ancestors first settled, and you have not come all this way for a lesson in history. Shh, listen. Do you not hear the howls and growls? Do you not feel how they shake the very earth beneath you? Those sounds are the work of no wind, my friend, nor that rumbling the doing of any shadows. Those are the calls of Halatali, for now the beasts once kept for the Colosseum lurk here. And these are no gentle beasts broken by the hand of man. No, there are those within that even the might of the immortal flames cannot tame. From the look of you, you might be Chad. From the look of you, you might be a Chad, yeah. I received word from Nedrick that you might be along. By his recommendation, I grant you leave to enter freely. I only pray that you are able to find your way out. Thank you. And I need to grab something here, except this stuff's all going to be too low for me, so give me the gold. Yep. Alright, so now I have this one as well. And I'm going to check the duty. Check my duty. Halatali, there it is. And see, it was level 20. So what they would do is they would bust me down to a level 20 in order to do it. And that's okay. Alright, so the next, I got one more place to go. Let's see where this is located. Lanosia and Camp Bronze Lake. Now luckily all these places I've already grabbed the Aetheryte points for, so poof, and there I go. Oh, just so you know, you can set the home point for like one location, and that would be your home port, so to speak. So that's what the return button is for. It'll take you back to your home, wherever it happens to be, and it doesn't cost you anything. If you use the teleport, it does cost you going different places and stuff. So I think I'm attuned to Ul'dah, I believe. No, yeah, Ul'dah. I'm attuned to Ul'dah because that's where the guild was for the monk, and that's why I'm there. Okay. No, I don't want to return right now. And let's see, I gotta go this way. So we're gonna go out. And there's something here that's of interest, apparently. Let's see. How do I get... Oh, just down here. Okay. Oh. Down there. Okay, I need to go down and around. Hello. You're one of Aline's, aren't you? That one's got a ghost in her attic, you know. Keep sending other adventurers to that damn place she calls a palace, thinking you're going to bring her back, her fella back. 'Twas 7 of us that day, one of them her fella. My best friend was another. Soon as we walked in, a Tunberry attacked. It was dark, and we couldn't get purchase on the floor, for 'twas covered in lake slime, then in blood. What's more than there to say? Only Aline and I made it out by the grace of the 12. Everyone else is dead. Think I'd leave him behind, leave my brother by another blood? Brother by another mother. There we go. Good album, by the way. If I hadn't seen that Tonberry left, I saw no treasure there, only death. I've said my piece. We still want to see for yourself. That's your business. I'll ferry you there for my adventure days are over, and I'm the boatman for this lake. She thinks they all live, you see, all 5 of them hiding from the Tunberry somewhere in the palace. She tried to flee the infirmary. She told folk about her friends needing rescue, and she got sly. Ah, poor lost Aline. Okay, so one of these rings, we'll see if any of these rings are of value to me, and unfortunately none of them are of any assistance. So I'm going to get gold. That's it. Bummer. And now the Wanderer's Palace is now accessible. Yay! Okay, so I've got that. I would take that. And I'm still halfway through level 48. So I'm not going to get to 49 tonight, obviously. But that'll have to wait until next week. Let me see. So you know what's interesting now? I don't know if anyone can see me or not, but my chat went completely blank and my activity feed is not showing. So it's possible that something happened with something. Huh. Okay. Well, those are all showing. That's interesting. So my chat came back. Whatever. That's it. Ah. All right. This stuff's going to drive me insane, I think. Oh, I got to do level sync. Complete. That was quick. All right, I am actually going to go back to Ul'dah, and so I am back home, and I want to figure out what it is that, well, there's a couple of things I want to figure out, actually. I want to figure out what to do with the Chocobo, because I don't think I have Chocobo. I don't think I ever got that. Travel party, social, well, let's see, character. Profile. I haven't done anything with my twin adder. Attributes, already know that. Intelligence, that's questionable. Class and jobs. Okay, so monk. These are all the classes that are currently available for people at the lower level. Cool. Let me find out what's going on here. I need to find out what I... Stance, actions, and traits. Portrait, currency, character, armor... No. No fashion accessories. Achievements, no. Portraits, currency, character, armory, chest. Oh, did I get anything that I... Got a bunch of stuff I can't use. That's all garbage. I could, like, take those and take them apart and stuff. That's not what I wanted, though. So back to character. Actions and traits. So, actions. Rockbreaker I've got out there. I use it occasionally. I need to rearrange all my icons too. So I don't have my bar set up the way that I really wanted it to be. I had originally set it up so that the way I'm used to is that my 1 through 10 or 1 through 0 should all be my main contact, and I like to put them in the order in which I use them. But this guy, the monks, the way that the monk fights is you have 3 stances, and your stances are dictated by when you're building power as you go, and that's kind of contributes to what spells happen to be able to be maximized at any given time. So I'm like, trying to figure that out, and I haven't quite got there yet. So I don't have any companions. I don't have squadron. I have no pets. Oh, I'm pretty lonely. I got those already. No performance, no orders. Traits. Grease lightning, level 2, level... okay, I don't even know what that is. Do I have that? What is it? Reduces weapon skill cast... Oh, it's a trait. Okay, so I don't have to worry about it. Steel Peak Mastery. All right, rolls. I don't use Fate. I should take that off. Because I'm not taking damage off or taking threat off of the tank. I don't have to worry about that. Let's see. I don't have Howling Fist. I haven't trained on these, I guess. Thunderclap, Howling Fist, 4-point Fury. Well, that's 3 things I should go back and train. Well, duh. Okay, so I've got some homework to do. I probably won't get a chance to do it until Thursday, but that's okay. So, Mill, what are you using to do your stream? Are you using what is it? Stream, not Stream Elements, but Stream Hell or whatever they call it. All right, look at that. I don't think I've ever got Fishing guide. Hunting guide's the only thing I've got. Okay, I've never picked any of the rest of this stuff up. Companion. I have no companion. Yeah, I never picked him up. Okay, I guess I need to do that. So I have to get my chocobo. Summon your grand issued battle chocobo. Well, typically he just comes up whenever. Okay, and then these are the attack features for the chocobo. So if he was there, I think that you've got another bar that shows up that you can tell him what to do with stuff. And he has, yeah, I don't even have him. So I've never picked him up yet. Oh yeah, I have. Tweety. I've got him. I just have never summoned the guy. I need to figure out where to put that right there for right now. But I can't use it in the city. That's why it keeps saying, hey, stop. All right, let me take a quick tour out because I want to check something. Disadvantages I run into for not playing this game for like 2 weeks. Because truthfully, when I'm streaming like this, it's getting a little better. I'm not doing such crazy edits on stuff, but it's like right now I'm trying to do taxes for the family and trying to get all that set up and taken care of. And I've got a room that I'm trying to figure out how to set up. There's my chocobo. But I guess I've never trained him, or have I? Let's see if he shows up here. Actions and traits. All traits. No. Extras? No. No. None of that. Mount guide. There's a mount. Those are all my mounts. Yay. So you can see what I've got for mounts here, but my chocobo is not part of that. I left the sanctuary. But I got some, yeah, actually, you know what? It's after 9 o'clock. I should probably call it for the evening. So I've got some stuff that I need to do before next week. I am going to do some research on the layout, my layout on the screen, so that I can figure out when I go into a group what stacks, where I'm supposed to look for stacks of stuff. I also am going to figure out my chocobo and figure out why it is I don't have him running around with me when I'm leveling, because I should, and take advantage of that. And the other thing is I need to figure out what his professions are. And maybe I'll go, like, I'll figure out what professions he's going to take up, and then we'll do that. Because the professions are kind of interesting the way that you do it. And I don't necessarily, I mean, it's like, it is what it is. I'm not going to, like, say it's a bad way of doing it or anything like that. It's just a different way of doing it. I don't need any of this stuff. I was looking for a guy that repairs. Oh, maybe this one does. Because I got killed 3 times? Repair all, 162. Yeah. Okay, that's not bad. So I'm going to get that figured out before the next stream, which will be, for Chad, it will be in 2 weeks from today. So if I don't see you between now and the next time I see you, have a good day, have a good afternoon, have a wonderful evening. Love you all. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye now.